Hello, 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 and welcome here to EUCF. My name is Harry Mason. We have entered the quarter-final stage. That's right, we've gone through a grueling pool stage. We've gone through some 5 versus 12 pre-quarters. And now we are live and ready to go. You see the pool go up from, I believe, Savage Ultimate in the white. This goes up big. Sesquidistus layout. Not quite able to save it, sadly. We are jumping right in due to the Bristol versus ICUNE pre-quarter running right to the edge of time. So thank you for joining us here if you are here. As we see the disc go up big, trailing 2 Sesquidistus players under it. And second, maybe the third attempt comes down. I think that was Luis Petitou. This goes up big in return. Gael Anselin not quite able to catch it. And a small discussion occurring on the field. Just flows to the sideline. And a welcome back from Agita Jaskowiak. A little bit too far. Not quite able to be salvaged. Pierre-Alexandre Monet with the pickup sends it to the wide field. And disc is sent into the end zone. Making it 1-0 to Sesquidistus in the blue versus Savage in the white. My apologies here. I'm just pulling up some notes for both of these two teams. Trying to make sure I'm as up to date as I can be. It is 1-0 currently. Gael Anselin to Ophélie Gavelet for the first goal. Disc is sent big instantly by Savage, plucks out of the air. Lovely grab. Kazmarek with the shot to the end zone. And the edge down spike to make it 1-1. between 1-1 between Sesquidistus of France, Savage of Poland. Savage having to play a game already today. Finished third in their group with Tisa Tauscher, Reading, PUC. Losses to the other two quarterfinalists here at Reading and Tisa Tauscher. A 10-9 win against PUC or Puck of Paris to take them into the 5-12 bracket, and then a 15-4 win against Kuspadova Rangers to see them as, I believe, the only third finishing team in the group to make their way up to the quarterfinals. Originally bottom seed in their group as well, so already a huge seed break from Savage, but they're not looking to stop here. Sesquidistus topped their group with wins against Nolak, Skythis, and Tattoo Turbulence. I'll go into a bit more of those details if I need to for time. Sesquidistus with the pickup now. Inside from Felito, across. Lovely little flow here from Sesquidistus. You can see they're keeping a very structured end zone, lots of space for people to run into. Simple vert stack, but 2 breaks in a row will give them the goal, making it 2-1. With the assist, again, we have a second assist for Gaël Ancelin and Loris Petitot with the goal. There is a live chat as well on the live.ultimatefederation.eu site. I'll be keeping a little bit of an eye on it as the game goes on. We see a shot go up big from Savage, looking to get a quick response. It's slightly over the head, and it is a turn. They can take the big shots early. We saw a little apologetic hand up from Bartosz for Zeki. Wanted to take the shot. It touched hands, but was certainly a difficult catch. Sesquidistus pick up. Nice upline flow. You see a little bit of a poach system going to try to stop. He's working up the line, and it's a drop as well. The weather looking a lot nicer today than it did yesterday, but I think we're still hearing a fair bit of wind out there. Low release backhand. Knocking on the door of the end zone for Savage. This is to hold their original offense. Around break all the way. And, touch the hands of 2 Savage players. Again, we see another apologetic hand up. Again, starting on the same sideline for Sesquidistus, getting to a bit of a high stall count here. Handlers being marked tightly, and it is a fumble. the round break. You know, we've seen Savage already play today. Maybe a little bit more game ready. So far, their throws have been just a little bit too far. We'll see if they can have a cleaner shot here. Sadly, not on initially. Sesquidistus looked for the quick turn. Quick cuts. Trying to take advantage. Another shot long to the end zone. Layout, score! That makes it 3-1. And that is the break for Sesquidistus, the first break of the game. A lovely little play. 4 players all sprinting in turn, taking advantage of the fact that Savage were maybe still focused on their offense at the other end. Alois Faramelli with the assist. And Etienne Micon with the layout score there to make it 3-1 to Sesquidistus. It is currently 3-1 to Sesquidistus in the blue. Bon matin to anyone from France joining us, or bonne journée, because it will be past morning by your time. It is still just about morning by mine. And of course, Dzień dobry. Apologies for my pronunciation to anyone joining us from Poland to watch Savage as well. They've had a great tournament so far. They are 3-1 down currently, but it is early days. They have a short roster. They've only got 19 people. We see a zone come out here from Sesquidistus. Looks like some form of arrowhead initially. They now appear to have tightened up and transitioned to match defense. Could have just been an early sag on the handlers, of course. The main goal appears to be achieved in terms of making Savage take a lot of throws. They now have built up a long option. Disc goes long. What a shot that might be. Oh, slightly too far there. Mateusz Gibke looking, I think quite rightly, at the shot, having to go past his own player in the lane. Sadly, not able to convert on this occasion. Will give another chance at a break as the disc goes long. A big huck. I think that was Anis Moboge was the intended target, slightly beyond her. See Gibsy took it off the sideline for Savage. Simple vert stack. Oh, and the disc is tipped. The Sesquidistus player accelerates past on the D. Lovely awareness. Not giving up all the way. And we see a wide open player here. I think we saw one of the Savage players poaching in the end zone, trying to stop anything big. Sesquidistus taking some big breaks here. Tessier on the disc. Wants to take another break. Able to step round. Pumping a fist in the air. One more break. That is 4-1. 4-1 to Sesquidistus. Able to use that upfield space incredibly effectively. Gwenaël Tessier there with the assist to Aeneas Moboge. And it looks as if at 4-1, Savage Ultimate taking a bit of a timeout. You know, it was 1-0, 1-0 2-1 trading, and then 2 breaks in a row, 3 points in total. That's the sort of time where you might want to try and stop the opposition, or even just give yourself a little bit of a rest if you're feeling tired. We saw a couple of fumbles earlier from Sesquidistus. Those appear to be cleaning up now. Savage will need to step up to try to make this first half not run away from them. Timeout over. Again, it's currently 4 to Sesquidistus in the blue, 1 to Savage in the white. 3 points in a row, 2 breaks in a row. For Sesquidistus, can they get one more? Savage have liked their big shots so far. Getting to quite a high stall count before Jakub Kazmarek manages to get free. Olivia Janika with the disc. Sends it quite wide, but lovely touch. Disc goes up big. There's at least a couple of Sesquidistus players under that. Love the diagonal look across the field. But taken without too much difficulty. Again, simple vert stack setup. Trying to leave a lot of space. We've seen these mid-ranges work very well for Sesquidistus, taking 3-4 passes to get up the field. But some good meters each time. Looking to threaten the deep from those, and the disc sadly dies in the air right at the end, but lovely movement. Savage O-line with another chance to respond. There's a Savage player wide open up the field. Now mucked out. And again, there's another one going big. Seen by the handler. It is fired long. And caught well, definitely, by the Savage player. Small pop passes into the end zone. Savage managing to stop the Sesquidistus flow, making it 4-2. A very needed point. Early in the game, we were seeing a lot of these big shots come off, well, be thrown, but be just a small few inches too far. You have the feeling if those long shots start to connect, then that's really going to open up Savage's game. In the end, it was number 8, Bartosz Dvorzecki, to number 8, Jakub Romanowski. We see Savage double checking what the gender ratio is. That's why you get a little chance to see the team huddles that occur between points. You were on, and then you have a little debrief, talk about what went right, what went wrong. Maybe someone just wants to give a bit of motivation, a bit of energy to everyone. And then the point will start and you'll be back watching the game. Backhand pull, around 5 meters short of the brick mark. Again, a simple vertical stack. Shot goes up big and run through from Savage Ultimate. Saying, hey, if you want this game, you're going to have to run for every disc. Savage responding with their own. We can see a Sesquidistus player poaching a little bit off the stack on the open side. Lovely little catches and flow. Oh, but an unfortunate ground disc there. It will give Sesquidistus another chance to respond. And we see this great use of breaks from Sesquidistus, willing to throw it across the field, open up the game, and you've got a vert stack in the end zone. It does mean that the upfield defense have to mark both sides. We see a little bit of pointing there. Oh, and the disc goes high, but it goes to the end zone. You know what? A goal is a goal. Nil count. It does make it 5-2. Mael Valentin with the throw. Anthony Charnay with the aware catch. There is definitely a little bit of wind out here. But by leaving all that space free and uncongested in the different sides of the end zone, it allowed Sesquidistus to be switched on, to not make it a contested 50-50 fight for a floating disc. Very good structures. You can tell it's a well-drilled team. Sesquidistus is undefeated so far this tournament. The closest any team has been a 12-10 result. Sky this. Sky this. Apologies, I'm not going to try the Polish pronunciation of that while the game is going. We'll need to actually focus on that word to pronounce it properly. We see Savage come in. And a high disc floats, taken out of the air by Sesquidistus, but a foul is called. We can see that characteristic quick start attempt from Sesquidistus, but it will certainly go back to when the foul occurred. As I was saying, Sky this, a 12-10 result. Every other game, Sesquidistus has won and got to 15. Certainly threatening it in this game. I believe Warszawa is how I pronounce the city name of Skyless. It's certainly another Polish team getting close to them, so I'll be intrigued to see what Savage can do here. The call now appears to be settled. We are waiting for dramatic effect. The turn stands, so it's a retracted foul call, a good discussion. Sesquidistus is working it up this sideline. Again, we can see the structures start to form. Oh, and a foul call there, I believe. Just cut one way, cut the other. The defender, I think, was fairly holding their ground there, and so it will come back in. As a wide roll curve goes, a little bit too far. Tiffany Lacci unable to take it down. I believe that might have been Mobigay with the swing. Or Faramali. See some nice little dishing off here. Drescher with the disc goes forward. Kashmaret. Out to Dvorzeki. Oh, and a fumble there from Mashkavoska. And a casual walking over timeout called by Gwenia Tessia there. As we see our camera taking a small timeout as well. Just to bring you up to date, if you're just joining us, we are in the quarter-final stage of EUCF. We are looking at one of the mixed quarterfinals. This particular one between Sesquidistus and Savage Ultimate. Your scores on the doors around the others, they're all 4-all, apparently. Tisatausha versus Disconnection in the German quarterfinal. Deep Space versus Reading in the British quarterfinal. And Mosquito versus Tartu Turbulence in the Austrian versus Estonian quarterfinal. I don't think it was intentional that two of the quarterfinals are between teams of the same nation, though it does guarantee at least one of them in the semifinals. It also guarantees no more than one of them in the semifinals. It appears like we have some good games on our hands. Savage were the only team to win their 5-12 crossover from the down position. They got into it with a 10-9 win against PUC, or Puck of Paris, but then a commanding 15-4 win over Cuspidova Rangers. In fact, the most dominant win of any of the pre-quarters. Disconnection only beating Sesquidistus in sudden death. Tartu beating Pelt 14-10, and Reading beating Glasgow 15-6. Here we hear some tactical tape being used, as we can see Sesquidistus and a little bit of their flow on this side. Just going to ask for a higher camera angle here. And we can see a pick call on the field. Excellent hand signals, Savage. Apologies for anyone who gets slight motion sickness. We're hopefully now just back in play. Discus swung and knocked out of the air twice, I believe, there by Jakub Kazmarek. Dvorzecki picks up a big cross-pitch flick. I believe that's Kazmarek taking it down. Some nice break throws here, opening up the field. Marecki with the disc. Upfield. Dvorzecki with another cross-pitch flick. Carrying some diagonals. Again, that's 2 times in that point. Dvorzecki finding Kazmarek with a cross-pitch flick up the field. Seems like it works for them. That makes it 5-3 overall. A bit of a long point there, 9 minutes, given the timeouts. So just to remind you, that is a hold for Savage Ultimate. They will now be looking to come out and generate their first break of the game if they can. Currently, if you're the type of person that likes to keep track of this, it is 2 breaks to Sesquidistus versus none to Savage. It's 5-3 overall. Savage with the pull though. Oh, and here we see a little bit of a split stack, trying to isolate 2 players in the middle of the field, with the remaining 3 upfield cutters coming in from the side. And now keeping that up for 1 or 2 points before reverting back to a vert stack. Antoine on the disc. Passes to Ansela. A lovely high release flick up the field. I think that was Petito cutting into space, thrown to, while they were still just about on the open side, the momentum carrying them to the break side, getting a quick flick across. Getting a quick flow across the end zone line to make it 6-3 to Sesquidistus. Unless we have any other shenanigans for time, I believe half is likely to be at 8. And so we do see Sesquidistus knocking on the edge of half time here. Just a couple more points would do it. We have been trading for the last 5 points though, and so we will see whether Sesquidistus can get any more breaks. It certainly looks like the Savage timeout taken at 4-1 did its initial job of stopping that momentum. Now the job is, can they work it up a bit more? Or can they push back a bit more and get a break of their own? They'll need to convert this offense first though. See a backhand up the field. It's like a little bit of a misconnection. They'll need to be back on defense here. Some nice swings across the field. Oh, but it's a little bit high. Salvaged out of the air. Great grab there from Micon. Dessier on the disc. There are some long options developing. Keeping a very disciplined vert stack here. Shot to the end zone. Defense, though, sees it coming, and it appears as though there may be a call. Again, Sesquidistus' use of space is fantastic. You can see the structures Sesquidistus keep even when the disc goes up the field and flow. You can still see all that space side to side is preserved, trying to isolate one cut at a time. On the other hand, it then does make the throw a little bit more predictable, as we could see there. We could see that cut developing. We could see the space that they wanted to throw into. Did mean that Savage could come across and make a bid on it. And it's in the spirit. It appears it's a retracted foul, and maybe the second retracted foul of the game. I think one from each side. A big hut goes up initially, finds hands. I did say once Savage started to find those long shots, things could really start to open up. Meshkovoshka. Sadly throws a little bit too far behind Janika. And it will be a foul on the throw-through. Foul called by Tessier, that I believe. Oh, and this is bring it back in. Family Savage instantly try and go long again, succeed. Through two players, shot to the end zone. Conversion for the O-line. Kazmarek with that grab over the two players, and then the flick to the end zone to Mathius back, making it 6-4 overall. 6 to Sesquidistus of France in the blue, 4 to Savage of Poland in the white. And in fact, interestingly, you were saying initially it was a little bit like all the other finals were uneven. All the other finals almost have the exact same score now. Deep Space are 6-4 up against Reading. Tartu is 6-4 up against Mosquitoes. Tisatasha are 6-5 up against Disconnection. So we're having some really even games across the board. See the Savage pull go up. Oh, and a long shot of their own plucked out of the air. A great grab and a shot to the end zone for a nice, simple conversion. We've had some very long points here in this game. The last one over 5 minutes long, making the Savage Ultimate O-line work very hard for that 5-minute point. Now we see Sesquidistus respond fairly quickly. It appears as though a timeout has been called. Just to take you through the stack so far, Jakub Kaczmarek is currently the top statter with 2 assists and 1 goal for Savage. Maciusz Beck and Bartosz Dvorzecki both have 2 stats each. Maciusz with 2 goals, Bartosz with 2 assists. And Anna Maszkowska as the final stat for Savage, only in their 4 stats. Oh, sorry, their 4 stats coming only from 4 players, so very concentrated there. Sesquidistus, their 7 stats coming from 10 players, so a little bit more spread across the board, with 2 for Loris Petito and Gail Ancien. We see the game restart. Ball goes up. It is 7-4 to Sesquidistus. Apologies, Gail Ancien actually got the assist on the last one, so that brings them up to 3 assists. We see Kaczmarek, who's had some great big forehands in this game so far, take another one. And Kaczmarek back on the disc. Swings inside to Janika, who takes a big swing. 2 potential receivers there. Brezia probably wasn't aware that Dvorzecki was behind her. And a cheeky high release backhand there from Brew. Anselin passes it up the field to Tessier, who swings it infield. And we can see this flow continue now from Sesquidistus. A floaty disc put out in front, shot to the end zone. Standing on the end zone line. Simple backhand, lovely flow. That is half, an 8-4 half for Sesquidistus, and a break to take it as well. Justine Brew to Anaïs Morbeguet for that final score. Sesquidistus certainly looking in the driving seat, was very much trading for quite a while up till that point, an initial couple breaks. That from Sesquidistus, Savage then managed to restore trading, but one final break at the end definitely gives the momentum into half. Savage have played an extra game. They do have a smaller roster. It'll be intriguing to see, can they come out of this second half strong? Now, in fact, the first of the quarterfinals to reach half, we have Deep Satasha and Disconnection at 7-all. So a galaxy point there, as it is sometimes termed. Deep Space and Reading at 6-all. Datu Turbulence at 7 against Mosquitoes, who are on 5. So Sesquidistus is certainly looking strong here, looking to stab their mark and earn a strong route into the semi-finals. Just to bring you back up to date, if you're joining us here at half-time for the quarterfinal here at the European Ultimate Championship Finals in the mixed division, we have Sesquidistus of France in the blue, currently undefeated and looking to continue that streak. They are 8-4 up against Savage Ultimate of Poland in the white. Savage Ultimate finished third in their group, then won their 5-12 crossover, the only third seed to do so, with a commanding 15-4 win against Cuspadova Rangers, earning their way to this quarterfinal. And now need to take some breaks. They will be starting on offense, though. You see a lot of time on the disc here. Disc is swung back. Dvorzecki up the field. Hey, big fake there from Kaczmarek. Janika going to a bit of a high stall count. Takes the shot inside. Kaczmarek with a bit of dancing to get free. Dvorzecki with a inside flick shot. Janika trying to find the upfield. Dvorzecki. Trade back and forth with Janika. Those two have definitely been touching the disc the most out of anyone. We see a cross-pitch, high release, flick to the end zone. Oh, oh, what a shot that was. Very lovely and exactly the response needed after half. And again, it's another Dvorzecki to Kaczmarek connection. Between them, they have 7 of the 10 stats. 5 goals, 5 assists. 3 assists for Dvorzecki. 2 assists, 2 goals for Kaczmarek. So it does appear like a lot of Savage's offense is going through those 2 players. Can Sesquidistus stop them? Well, they are 8-5 up, so they just need to hold on to their own offenses so far. It is 8-5. Chance to restore a 4-point lead as a inside swing goes. A low backhand salvaged from the ground. It's Petito. Some nice marking, making the handler throw different. Valentin getting low to keep the disc. Spotting the front of the stack was defense was slightly poached off. So can take the open side shot initially. And a shot to the end zone. I think that was Anselin with the shot just beyond the hands of the receiver. So it was interesting to see the backhand on the forehand side. A wide swing goes. Savage have a chance at a break here, but it sadly bounces out of the hand of Jaskowiak. Will be Valentin picking up. Alexandre Monet swings it into the field. You can see that Sesquidistus like these big swings, and it does open up the field for them, giving them the goal, making it 9-5. 9-5 to Sesquidistus in the blue versus Savage in the white. Mayo Valentin with the assist. To Gwendolyn Shen. I believe further increasing the amount of people that Sesquidistus have scored through. Big pull goes up from Sesquidistus. It'll be about 10 meters shy of the brick mark. But Sesquidistus will have time to fully set up by the time it gets here. We see Kaczmarek and Zrozeki dish the disc back and forth. Pass it upfield to Janika. And back to Zrozeki, who has to move a little bit for it. Janika puts the disc up the line. It'll be high. Oh, what a grab that was. And there might have been a slight call there. Certainly a word exchange, but may have just been a friendly word. I will say that is actually, surprisingly, Olivia Janika's first assist of the game. She's been involved with a lot of the play so far, just not quite the final shot until that moment. And what an assist to get yourself on the board. And Jakub Kaczmarek adds to his stat total with that amazing grab in the end zone. We have just been trading out of half so far. We will see whether Savage can get the break they need, or whether Sesquidistus can ride this game out. a long pull. Savage able to set up fully. Sesquidistus only a couple meters from the end zone line and throw it back to their own end zone line. A high release break. And then a shot taken out of the sky by Antoine. Apologies. Poacher inside. You can see some dancing here from the handler, but some excellent handler mark there from Gibkey of Savage. Not able to do it twice in a row, though. Sesquidistus very comfortable here, flowing it side to side to open up a easy end zone shot as we see a lefty backhand. Getting them the goal, converting that offense without turns. It's another assist for Gaël Anselin. It brings up to 4 in total. Pierre-Alexandre Monet with the final grab. Makes it 10-6 overall, 10 to Sesquidistus in the blue of France, 6 to Savage of Poland in the white. Some scores around the doors. Tisa Tauscher are 9-8 up against Disconnection. Deep Space are 8-7 up against Reading, only just got to half that game. And Tartu Turbulence are 9-8 up against Mosquitoes. Here, though, it is 10 to Sesquidistus, who are putting up a fine show against Savage, who are on 6. Playing well themselves, trailing since half, but paying the cost of a small break train Sesquidistus managed early on. You see a nice little break there to Dvorzecki. Disc taken under pressure by Marecki. And shot to the end zone, but a layout D stops that shot. Both teams have actually been fairly clinical, especially in these recent points, and so a rare chance for a break for Sesquidistus. Rare chance this half, I should say. What an awareness that was. Such a quick, flat flick. Needed a perfect form layout, but also, in a way, one of the easier ones to time. We see someone go deep instantly for Sesquidistus. It will be covered. And a little bit of upfield tripping going on. It does feel like there will be a discussion there, but the disc still needed to be caught. I believe that might have been Gavale. No, I can't read that number, I'm afraid. So that was off the disc. Player had cut deep, had been covered, had cut back under. I think maybe had tripped and then caused the defense to trip as well, or some sort of small collision had occurred. Then the disc was thrown to a point where either of those two players that were on the floor could have made a bid. Call is Did it in the end. And worked up the field. We know Sesquidistus like to work it up that sideline, especially going in this direction, interestingly. I feel in the other direction they are much more likely to swing the disc. But it is another turn. It's another turn in that same corner. Unica with the disc. This goes high. Can Jozeki save it? Sadly, it's a little bit beyond him. It's also a very hard angle to read the disc from, coming over your shoulder. You're laying out into that space. The timing involved is very tricky. Sesquidistus with another chance here. And a timeout is taken by Jonathan Amundes. And despite the name Jonathan Amundes, he is listed here as being French. The most Irish names I've ever seen. But smart there nonetheless. Taking a small break, I think this would be a big chance for the first break of the second half. They are 10-6 up. A break here would certainly do a lot to soothe the nerves. Sesquidistus with three breaks overall, but 2 of them were in the first 5 points of the game. The other one just before half. Scores around the door as well. We are waiting. Pizza Tauscher are 10-9 up on Disconnection. Deep Space are 9-8 up on Reading, and Tartu Turbulence are 10-8 up against Mosquitoes. Tartu Turbulence, the only lowest seed, winning their quarterfinal currently, although Mosquitoes were top on a interesting group, I will say. They were with Cuspadova Rangers, Glasgow and Lemmings. Cuspadova were the team that lost to Savage, who we see here. Lemmings, I think, were the favourites in that group, but took an early loss to Glasgow. But did, in fact, beat Mosquitoes, who ended up topping the group. Anyway, back to this game. It is 10-6 currently. Sesquidistus with the chance to break. See a horizontal stack as they take an inside shot. Gathered up by Ella. Mikon looking to the end zone. Lovely leading flick pass to Amundes, who called that timeout. Takes an around break. On the end zone now, line, Shawnee. Small dish into the field. With a little 1-2 to take the break, take the game to 11-6. That is a strong point, excellent use of a timeout. Again, I'm misremembering it. I feel like the Sesquidistus line going from left to right is a little bit less willing to take on breaks. They're much more focused on scoring down the line they're shooting on. whereas the Sesquidistus line going right to left feels very comfortable taking these big swing breaks, opening up the field. We'll keep an eye on that for the game. For now, though, that is a break. Savage Ultimate, not with the biggest roster. Will maybe be sending out similar players again. You know, the big thing about a break, if a team runs O and D lines, you make the O-line have to go out tired. Luis Petito and Aeneas Maubergay were the ones trading the disc on the end zone line into the goal. Maubergay with the final goal. It was an 8-minute point, another long one. Previously, we'll see if Savage can score efficiently here. See a nice little 1-2 up the line. And a throw slightly behind the player. Oh, and a high disc, though, up the field from Sesquidistus. We hear a little bit of wind in our ears from the camera as well. Meaning that Savage will get another bite. We see lovely upfield movements. The cuts looking very clean from both teams. So that was Jaskowiak to Lepak, or Wepak, throwing it into the field. But it appears as though there was a call. We're back. Trading the disc with Gibkey. Keeping trading the disc with Gibkey, who now has the disc. Throws it to the end zone. Sadly, does not have the height that's needed to make it all the way. Sesquidistus with another chance at a break. And a big flick goes up. We can see the Sesquidistus player in space. The disc will carry. Sadly, the Sesquidistus player thought it wasn't going to, moved a bit towards it, and then was caught off foot when the disc did just keep carrying. See the one of the players wide open in space, just holding open their arms. Big flick, Huck going up, but not getting the distance. We're seeing the forehand struggle in this direction. And some lovely flow up the field. Giving another break to make it 12-6 to Sesquidistus. Justine Bru to Aeneas Maubergay. Scoring 2 points in a row. And actually becoming the top goal scorer of the game with that as well, with 4 goals. It's now a 3-point streak, 2 breaks in a row for Sesquidistus. This happened in the first half as well. Savage are going to need to do something to stop this, and it looks like they are indeed taking a timeout, just as they did in the first half. And just to keep you involved in the scores and the doors, Tisa Tauscher are 11-10 up against Disconnection. Deep Space are 10-8 up against Reading. Tartu Turbulence are 11-10 up against Mosquitoes. So some fun quarterfinals going on around the grounds, but a fun one we've got here as well. Sesquidistus putting on a good display. I think their structures and their use of quick starts and flow has been exemplary throughout this game. Savage, a little bit more of a power-based offense. Has been working well, but causing a turn or two at times. Romanovsky, I believe, with the disc. Sends a high floaty one that is gathered out of the air. Yaninka with the disc there, flowing the disc inside. Romanovsky to Dvorzecki, who does a high backhand, but time for Vesja to catch it, potentially because there was a pick. And I think sent back. Probably fairly. That disc did hang in the air a while. I think it is fair to say that bid could have been made. Dvorzecki, who has taken some big diagonal flicks so far this game. Oh, but it's an inside flick to the end zone. What a lovely shot there. I believe it was Yannicka. And that's exactly the response Savage Ultimate needed. There's 2 timeouts per team per half, and I think the timeouts have been used very well by both teams so far. 2 from Savage have stopped D-rolls from Sesquidistus, and a well-timed timeout from Sesquidistus in a point with a couple of turns, managing to get them the break. So both teams are very good at their tactics when they've got time to settle, to discuss them. Apologies, it was Katarzyna Sobczyk Karpava with the assist. Dominika Vesja with the goal there for Savage. It's quite a few of them that have visors on their heads and similar numbers, 21 versus 12. So apologies for that from me. So a bit of a short pull there, just beyond the halfway line from Savage. We see Yael Ancelin, the top assister of the game so far with 4 assists. Pick it up. And we see a shot straight to the end zone. It's going to float, but it's going to be taken down out of the air over a Savage defender, making the score 13-7. Larry Petitot with the assist. Céline Antoine with the amazing grab. A quick, efficient offense. There was a bit of a pause when the disc was brought in, but when the disc was live, it was only ever really live for about 20 seconds in total. 2 points away from victory here now for Sesquidistus. 8 points away from victory for Savage. We've seen these all happen, but they will need to start soon. They still haven't managed to break so far this game. They'll need to convert their offense first, though. And some nice quick dishing into the field. You see Kaczmarek and Dvorzecki working this back back to Dvorzecki, who then passes to Kaczmarek, who then passes to Dvorzecki, who throws it to the end zone. Can definitely see a connection between those two. Sesquidistus have struggled to shut it down. And Tony Merecki with the final score there from Dvorzecki will take it to 13-8. You feel the defense needs to start stepping up now for Savage. Can they stop this very practiced Sesquidistus structure and flow? And so then passing it forwards. Oh, and it's a D. And Alexandre Monet could tell, almost able to bid there, not quite able to. It stayed in the air for a fair bit. This will be a great chance for Savage. Can they get their first of the game? We're back. Picked it up. Put it infield to Gibke, who's now trying to dance and get free. Neither of them can. Oh, and it's a fumble from Savage. Novak unable to hang on to it. Oh, and it's like maybe an unfortunate landing. Savage really wanting that D. You can tell the passion, you can tell how much they're trying to work for it despite their reduced roster. Not quite there this time, though. A clean bid, but an injury will be called out of necessity. Will be tough with Savage's short roster. Things appear to be sorted out now, though. Savage with the disc now. Another chance for a break. It's 13-8. Oh! And snatched by Sesquidistus. (14-8). Luis Pettido with the grab. One point away from victory. Savage doing a good job to generate turns against the Sesquidistus O-line, but unable to quite capitalize on any of them. The pull goes up. Savage fighting for a chance to stay in the upper bracket. Kaczmarek with the disc. Run inside. Disc goes back up big to Kaczmarek, who takes it into the end zone. A lovely little 1-2 with Zolzeki for another stat between the two. That is on the stats sheet. I didn't just assume. A quick point and conversion there, taking it to 14-9 and meaning the D has to start now for Savage. The Sesquidistus O-line has been so clinical this game. Can they do one more and finish the game on offense? The pull goes up. There's a lot of height and hang time on the pull, but it will be taken out of bounds for a Sesquidistus brick. 14-9. As we say, can Savage pull out a turn here? Can Sesquidistus convert cleanly? We see someone going deep instantly. It's not taken on, but a lovely roll curve break. You see 10 meters, 15 now from the end zone line and from a place in the semi-final. Very comfortable, this line, just swinging the disc back and forth between the sides. Although some good defense is catching them a bit here. And indeed, there is a turn. There's someone going along instantly and the shot not taken. Throws have been dying a bit this way. Maybe Savage have recognized that and realized they need to work it up the field a bit more cleanly. But instead, Sesquidistus with the D. Gail Ansalif snatches it out of the air. Ansalif with the disc again, pushes it forward. Tries to get free, gets the disc again. It's a nice little 1-2. It's a big break side backhand taken into the end zone, making it 15-9. Sesquidistus earn their way to the semi-finals. Savage Ultimate will be working their way in the 5-8 bracket as we see, I believe that's Chevron Action Flash start to take the field for their quarterfinal. Coming up next, Luis Petito with that lovely backhand assist to Ophélie Gavelet. Excellent work there from Sesquidistus overall. Some games are still live if you're still around and wanting something to do in the next 5 minutes before the next round of game starts. Tifsa Tauscher are 13-12 up against Disconnection. Deep Space are 11-10 up against Reading. Tartu Turbulence are 14-12 up against Mosquitoes. Some exciting times here at EUCF, the European Ultimate Championship Finals, and we have some Open and Women's quarterfinals coming up next. Lots of exciting action. here brought to you around the grounds. I've been Harry Mason, and this has been Sesquidistus versus Savage in the quarterfinals.